It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Good morning and welcome. Good morning, North Central Arkansas, South Central Missouri. It is November 1st, 2017, 7 o'clock in the morning. Good to see everybody.
Good to see you.
Good morning,
You awake,
Dale.
there, Mayor?
Yeah, good morning.
Like we're all awake here.
Wow, November 1st, 2017. Wow. Anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about what's coming up later. First, we got to pause for our morning prayer. Jonas, won't you? Father, once again, more terror in New York City. At least 8 people are killed. And Lord, I have to ask, why are we so violent? Why would any person want to hurt or kill anyone? But Lord, in the next 60 days, we'll celebrate Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And wouldn't it be so good to go to the end of the year with no violence, with no political fussing, and how nice it would be for everyone just to have a happy Thanksgiving and Christmas with no worries. Lord, I pray you grant us peace and harmony among our people. That's my prayer today. Amen. Well, Jerry, we got a little bit of rain out there today.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it's looking good.
That clutch cable was a little tight, too, when I jumped in this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to have to lubricate that clutch cable.
Oh, I go in work after hours. That thing, I can just jam them gears. In the morning, it's starting to take a little more pressure.
Let's take a look at area temperatures this morning. We're a little bit warmer today than what we started off the day yesterday. We've got 41 degrees in Mountain Home. Harrison's at 42. Rain showing up at Hardy at 42 degrees. Mountain View at 45. 43 at Yellville. 45 in Marshall. 41 at Poplar Bluff, Missouri. And 41 in Branson. We'll take a look at the national radar real quick. You can see the shower activity coming in from East Texas, and then Louisiana is kind of moving northeast. It's affecting more of southern Arkansas than northern Arkansas right now. And as you can see that pattern moving, it goes across Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, parts of Tennessee, and Kentucky. We're going to highlight the Little Rock radar so we can see it a little bit closer here for everybody. Shower activity throughout the state. It looks like Fayetteville, Mountain Home, and Fort Smith are the dry spots at this moment, as you can see on the radar. Shower activity along Highway 167 at Batesville, Highway 63 around Jonesboro. Most of the state getting shower activity right now with the exception of I-49 and 62-412 west of Mountain Home. Take another look at the radar here for Missouri. We'll hit that Springfield radar. Not much going on north of Mountain Home and north of the state line. Looks like I-44 from Joplin to Lebanon in good shape. I-70 Kansas City to Columbia. Let's take one more stop there, Scooter. We'll log into St. Louis real quick and see what's going on there. In the metro area of St. Louis, East St. Louis, Illinois, Belleville, Fairview Heights, Collinsville, excuse me, got a frog knot hopping today. A little bit of shower activity down towards Carbondale, but nothing in the St. Louis area at all. So, you know, we could use some shower activity, Mayor.
We're dry.
We're pretty dry.
We're needing rain bad.
And
need a good slow rain, maybe 2 or 3 days, just soakers.
Yeah.
You know, soaking in type rain like we used to get, Jerry.
Yeah, I
We
like
had
a
one of those
good
long soakers.
snow.
Yeah.
I've been kind of disappointed in the fall color so far, but ever so often you see one brilliant tree that's just lit up, and it seems like we've gone from green to brown.
Well, you know, we had leaves falling back before frost.
Yeah,
We've
did.
had a couple of good frosts, and but we had a very dry. September was dry, and a big part of it, at least in October.
How close were we to getting burn bans?
I think we were very close. I don't know if these, so far it hadn't happened here. In several counties around us, they had burn bans in place. So yeah, it's. But you know what? You said 41 on the. It's a cold 41 out there with that light rain and
It
mist.
is. Let me see. Let me bring
It's
up
truly
the
a November morning.
Can you believe we're in November?
Well, it's hard
Where'd
to
this
believe.
year go? My goodness.
You know, you look back and at no time it was. We was back at
July
Memorial
4th,
Day.
Memorial
and
Day.
then, 4th of July seemed like just a couple of weeks ago.
Yep. Well, Jerry, what's on your agenda today? We've been letting people know that Down on the Corner is now on television, and let's talk a little bit with the mayor about the importance of the local economies and what happens in Mountain Home is a trickle-down effect for Gassville and Cotter and perhaps Salem and Viola. And we like to see the money stay local. And like I say, you know, this is November 1st. 61 days from now, we'll be looking at 2018. And shopping local, investing local.
Oh, would like to say big thanks to Furniture Depot out there at the Ozark Shopping Center. They'll be coming on board with us.
Good.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of people coming over, so it's a good thing. And today I'm headed to Harrison to go check out the Hotel Seville. I think it's built in 1929 or 1919, but I'm going to find out today, so I'm excited. That'll be my lodging when I go to Harrison and sell. So.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, Mayor, shopping local. You know, we got the holidays coming up, and I know there's a lot of talk about shopping online, and of course Amazon's real big, and Walmart and Sears all have online apps and online opportunities, but we also have Walmart here. We have a local Sears store that's owned locally, and
they're still selling Whirlpool
and good, yeah, they're still selling Whirlpool. And the importance of that, I mean,
well, you know,
you when you get your reports, you see it firsthand.
we see it and we feel it when people don't shop locally, and we've got a great shopping variety of places to shop. Just about get anything here that you can get anywhere, and we, you know, and if you stop and think about it, the merchants, and you mentioned the internet shopping, the people that have the brick and mortar buildings here, they pay taxes here, they create jobs here, and they're automatically at 8.5% disadvantage when people go online and shop. Now, Amazon has started remitting taxes back to the state of Arkansas, which flow back to not only the state but the counties and cities. That's a revenue source, and but we need to, and I appreciate y'all doing it, stressing shopping locally, and let's do business with the people that do business with us. And,
well, for Jerry and
keep that
Scooter
money
and
at
myself,
home.
his main decision to come over from radio because the Reynolds family based in Mountain Home in Harrison, and the money stays here.
Yeah.
It stays here, and that's why, you know, we're telling our advertisers, invest in your local economy.
And that money turns around from 7 to 11 times.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the money that comes in, it moves. I see occasionally, bills that are marked. Somebody has marked them to maybe track them. I don't know, but that thought runs through my mind when I see those.
Yeah.
But this is statistics, not mine, that money turns over several times here, and everybody benefits from it. So it's a good thing.
If we were to have a
Yes, it
good
is.
Christmas season, that's actually probably going to kick off around the 24th of November. I want to show you this calendar. I was discussing it with Jerry and Scooter. You look at this calendar, we've got Thanksgiving on the 23rd. That gives us basically an entire week where we could dedicate to local shopping before December, after Thanksgiving, before December 1st.
And you know, that day, the day after Thanksgiving has become a major shopping day. And then, I think anything that we can do, we certainly support and stress and encourage people to shop locally. And
Now look at the downtown square. I mean, you know, Scooter's got the old time restaurant down there. You've got Gregory Jewelers. You got the Yellow House, Mark's Fine Clothing. You've got Nature's Way in the cafe, and what a fun location.
well, you know what?
And there could be some buildings available if somebody wants to start an opportunity down there.
The downtown square is the base of the city, or the backbone of the city, and I know the square's been there a long time, a lot of history there, but the square is handicapped accessible. It's well lighted, and it's a great opportunity for people to come and see the downtown atmosphere that still remains downtown. That we lose that a lot of times when we float around and go to malls, and nothing against shopping malls. We have to have them, and they're good. But the downtown square has its own identity, and it's a great place to go, great place to take the family. And I think today is ham and beans day, one of my favorite at the old time.
Ham and beans or liver and onion.
Yeah, the ham and beans is where I go.
And you mentioned the downtown square, and one thing that you're making better all the time, like this year you incorporated Ron Shire, and he did a phenomenal job getting
That was a
people
big
out there.
success.
I think so.
Yeah, it was, and Ron is going to be back next year, and we want to make it bigger and better. And the city council last year put some seed money into a small amount, and we're doing that again, and hopefully increasing it some. He's made a major difference in the down Friday night, the down Mountain Home
Been a lot of fun.
Friday night on the on the square. So things like that, once people see
It
it,
brings people together.
and they keep and then they tell their friends and
Hey, are you going to Music on the Square Friday?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know anything about it.
And
Yeah,
you know
so,
what?
kick it off and
He knows he's been doing that same thing over in Yawville for the last 17 years. So he knows his bands. He knows how to
promote.
How to promote.
He's a
And he's
promoter.
a good promoter. And we're looking forward to a better year, a bigger year. It was good this year, but we can make it better.
And then there in the downtown square, you got the western sun setting behind you. Did they set up near the restaurant on your side of the square, Scooter?
Right in front of
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, right in front.
Kind of right in front, a little bit off to the side. Not
Yeah.
too bad.
Perfect location.
Yeah,
a
well,
lot of fun.
it's a great setting, and I've seen lots and lots of families and repeat people that once they've seen it, and the people that love it, they're going to be there.
Wow.
They're going to be there. So.
Well, I think we're going to have Scooter take a break because I'm looking at my coffee cup and it's empty, and I've got Brewed Awakening coffee. How's the coffee, Jerry?
It'll get you hopping. Don't go there again. That was yesterday.
Brewed Awakening coffee, as you heard Jacqueline say in the introduction, 3 locations to serve you. They're on Highway 62, 412 at Bomber Boulevard. They are at BRMC Lobby and, of course, out in front of Anytime Fitness and what I call Walmart Plaza East. How that has grown in 17 years, because I don't know about Jerry, but all of us consider and remember basically 20, 22 years ago, that was cow pasture.
Well, actually, Walmart relocated there, I think, in 2000 and dedicated it in 2001,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a farm. There was
a
nothing
farm.
out there, Myrtle Wood Farm.
Yeah.
And it was, it was out of town. It was out in the county.
Yeah.
And so in roughly 17 years,
There you go.
give or
There's the
take a
growth.
little, that whole area has developed out there. So it's
Well, we're gonna
exciting.
it is.
Yeah, it
We're going
is.
to take a break because I'm out of coffee. My coffee mug's empty and time for more Brewed Awakening coffee. If you have not enjoyed Brewed Awakening coffee yet in Mountain Home, now is the time. 3 locations to serve you: Bomber Boulevard, Walmart East Plaza, and BRMC Lobby. Ready for a break?
Ready for a break?
We'll be right back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
More than just propane, Reeves Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reeves Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reeves Propane. We greatly appreciate your business and God bless.
Have you ever noticed?
And we're back. Welcome back to Down on the Corner program. Hope you enjoyed those ads. And let's talk real quick about Mr. Reeves and Robert Reeves Propane.
Yeah, hopefully it's a cold winter. And he's the one that explained to me. He said, Jerry, he does them in-ground tanks for houses. So if you don't want that gaudy big tank, he can put it in ground. But he was saying he dug out, and here's how dry it is. You get down to about that 12-inch mark.
Yeah.
When you're in there, it's all powder. And he was saying that's why we need a good snow, because snow, it's got all the right nutrients and all that, and it just sits there and soaks down. But it's all powder about a foot down.
Wow. Well, the mayor here has got a couple of pages of notes. We're going to let him have some time here. Mayor Dillard, thanks for being here today.
Well, it's good to be here, and a beautiful setting you have out here, and thanks for the invitation and good brewed awakening coffee. I don't know, couldn't get much better than this.
All you need now is the recliner kick your feet up.
But you know what? We just, Halloween is come and gone, and it sounded like had lots and lots of, I know over in Indian Creek, we live in the old part, and they were just tons of kids out. They said Southern Meadows was that way, and I suppose all over town. But the main thing is, you know, I think everybody got through without getting hurt and without a lot of damage being done. So, but
you know, let's talk about that. You know, I remember the days where kids would take a bar soap and soap the windows or toilet paper the trees or throw eggs at cars and whatever else. I'm not trying to give kids ideas, but we're blessed. And the leadership has a lot to do with this, from the mayor's office and PD and sheriff and Arkansas State Police. I mean,
well, I pass that compliment on down to our law enforcement people who have done at all levels do a good job. You know, we're in a very low crime area here, and we need to appreciate that. We've seen what went on in New York. Now, things like that could happen anywhere, but we're just blessed that.
But I don't understand that mindset. Why?
No.
Why?
I don't think anyone.
The guy goes to Home Depot and rents the vehicle. I mean, we've got it here in Mountain Home. You go out there and rent the truck, and he uses it as a weapon. I don't.
Well, it was a truck again, or a vehicle instead of a gun. You know, it could be anything. It just depends. But we got some good things coming up this Saturday. Actually, we're having an event at the Mountain Home Cemetery at 10 a.m. We're going to have a dedicating a new fence, and then there'll be a tour of the cemetery. And folks, if you hadn't been down and looked and actually spent some time down looking at those tombstones, lots of history, lots of Baxter County Mountain Home history.
Now, this is one just north of Walker Auction area.
Yes, it's the I think the largest it's over 5 acres of cemetery.
Is it that big?
It's that big.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And, but we had a donor, Mrs. Jeannie Alley, donated the money for a new chain link fence, and we're going to dedicate that fence and show our appreciation to Ms. Alley on Saturday. But it's a great place to come, and we'll have Kirby is setting up a canopy. We'll have chairs there. We'll have golf cart for people if they can't walk but still want to go on the tour.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Boltenhammer will do the tour with a lot of history. So encourage people to come and.
So how far back in the history of Mountain Home in Baxter County is that cemetery?
Well, it's pre-Civil War.
It is.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And we've got the cemetery committee has been working very hard to do things to really make the cemetery a lot nicer, clean it up. We had the prisoners from Calico Rock down, I think it was last week, and they spent time, and about 30 of them, and they had the 2 horses there and the guards, but they can do a lot of work in a short period of time.
No, they can.
And
so that goes back to before the Civil War.
Yes, sir. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of history down there. So I encourage people just come and look. If you can't come on Saturday, drive down and take a look at it.
Wow.
We've got a new sign at the entrance.
Yeah.
We got a new fence. We got it cleaned up pretty good. And it's just, if you like history and what's went on here, you can see a lot of it.
I had no idea.
Also on Saturday morning at around the square there's a fundraiser for Serenity. It's going to be I think a lot of things going on.
This is at Downtown Square Saturday?
Yes, at 10 a.m. I think it starts at 10. And then the following Friday, there'll be the Salvation Army is going to have a little cook-off, little cooking thing going on from I think 11 to 1, and I was asked to cook, so I'm going to go and bring.
What are you cooking?
My cooker. I'm going to.
You going T-bones and baked potatoes?
You know what? I'm going the easy way out. I'm frying biscuits and having biscuits and real butter and freezer jam.
Your freezer jam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time do I need to be there?
Well, it'll be from. What
do you got? Strawberry or blackberry?
We'll have both strawberry and blackberry. And,
now, folks, if you've not tasted the mayor's jellies and jams, you've got to be there.
Well, my wife gets the credit for all that, but
I'll give you $5 for a little jar right now.
We love doing it, and but we'll have. If you hadn't eaten fried biscuits, and we all probably have because we're, but a lot of people have not enjoyed fried biscuits, so.
We could have a fundraiser just off your jelly.
Well, you know what? However, we make it and give it away, but if we can use it and give it out to people and help a fundraising, well, it's a great way.
Well, I remember you brought some jars when we were doing radio. Before we ended the show, Jerry dipped me that jar.
Yeah. Went over to Hardy's, got 6 biscuits, and it was gone, man.
Well, you know what?
Good stuff.
That's why we want to keep making it. And the blackberries we pick locally here, and of course the strawberries we buy, but we're staying local as much as we can. I guarantee you.
You're following the trend.
We're following the trend. But then that's on Friday the 10th, which is actually a holiday, and then of course Veterans Day is the next day at the plaza.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be on the 11th at 11 a.m. And these are good events. They're downtown events that don't cost anything to come and enjoy and look. And
I want to encourage folks to come out, no matter what city you're in, and watching the program this morning. It's always 11 a.m. on the 11th of November, 11/11/11.
And we'll never do too much to honor. We will never
Yeah.
overdo honoring our veterans.
And there's always a good gathering at the square in Mountain Home, and wherever you're watching, take the time to attend your veterans program on the 11th.
And then you mentioned Thanksgiving. I think that's one of the better holidays.
Oh yeah.
we can really get down to some serious eating and enjoyment, fellowship.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So we got a lot set out to do. One of the things I wanted to maybe just talk a little bit about, and we've talked about the dry,
dry conditions.
Dry conditions, and also leaves are starting to fall, and they're going to fill up the streets, the yards, everything with leaves. So I just encourage people. We do have an ordinance and that prohibits burning in the ditches or on the pavement, on the road right of way. Not supposed to burn. And I know it's very tempting to
rake them off,
rake them out of the yard and set them on fire. That's the easy way to get rid of them, but it's actually against the law. And
but now also, I got a thing in the mail from Methven Sanitation, and we can go, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, to the water department, and we can buy a $1 tag per bag.
You can, and that is the way to get rid of the leaves and the yard waste. And after the frost hit, I've got a lot of flowers that's got to go, and I've got tickets. But at $1 a bag, that's a good way to get rid of it and it clean up the area. But please just cooperate and be considerate of the.
And the reason for not burning in the ditches is?
Well, if you burn in the ditches, you know, and most of ours is curbed, but we still got ditches in places where we don't have curb and guttering. But the ditches are, if you get in the ditches, you're more likely going to be at the edge of the pavement, and that heat. It's asphalt. It's oil based, and it can cause damage. And we just discourage that. We don't have a code officer in place per se, but we've got one coming.
And there you go.
With the new tax that was voted in, one of the first things is going to be a new code officer, and then animal control within the city. Those two things are coming, and you know later on.
Are we going to have an old-fashioned dog catcher?
Huh?
An old-fashioned dog catcher?
Well, we probably do. We probably, you know, we had.
You remember them old Huckleberry Hound cartoons where he was the dog catcher? Remember that? And he's got that net on a stick.
Oh yeah, that net like a butterfly
like
net.
A butterfly net.
Yeah,
Always going after a bulldog.
Well, we can look back, but we had animal control back in the late 90s and early 2000, and it worked very well. And so we're looking forward to those things. But later on, I'll have a guest bring maybe the chiefs out at different times, and let them explain. You know, it's a good time that they can plan on putting things in their budget they hadn't been able to do. And talking to Chief Manuel, he's got 4 new police cars in this year's budget.
Good.
Well, you know, that's unheard of from the city in the past.
We're going to take a break here in about 30 seconds to a minute when Scooter gets everything queued up, but I want to elaborate on this tax and how much pressure it's taken off the budget. And we got to remember, you know, this is a sales tax. It's not a real estate or a personal property tax. It's only when we buy something, and we'll elaborate here in a minute on the tourism, how tourism is going to help that.
Oh, you bet.
Ready to queue up a break there, Mr. Scott?
You bet.
More right after this. Visiting Mayor Dillard. Jerry's here, Scooter's here, and me.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
More than just propane, Reeves Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reeves Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reeves Propane. We greatly appreciate your business and God bless.
Have you ever?
And we're back visiting with Mayor Dillard, Mayor of Mountain Home. Jerry Hogan's here along with myself. I'm Dale Hoffman. Scooter's our director engineer this morning. Mayor, what else you got for us today? We were talking about the tax that was approved, and that's going to take a lot of burden off the budgets because we've had
it will. It's an opportunity, and I'll just say this: Chief Manuel, our police chief, was in when he brought his budget in. In the budget reflects 4 new vehicles, which we've never been able to buy
before.
Not that many. We're lucky to get 1, real lucky to get 2, but he's going to be able to buy 4 new ones, and also add personnel for law, code enforcement and animal control.
Now, when we're talking about code enforcement, a lot of folks don't know there's several what we call city codes.
There is.
There we'll have animal control, and I think we have a noise control ordinance.
We have a noise. We have animal control. We have a grass can only get so high. Vehicles without license plates setting for extended time, or vehicles without tires or rims. There's a lot of things that the code, and these are all set by ordinance by the city council, and they've been set for years. So we just want to keep our city as clean and as attractive as we can. We want people to respect their neighbors, because in a neighborhood, if you've got one that's not
compliant,
up to code, and it can pull their neighbors down.
Well, Mayor, for years, I travel quite a bit to Nashville. I've got Nashville, Tennessee. I got a brother in Franklin. I got a son and daughter-in-law and grandson in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So I utilize Highway 62, 412 East, and 63 over towards Kennett, Missouri. But you go in extreme northeast Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I was coming along there. It was one of those dark, cloudy afternoons. I'm driving there, and to the right-hand side, I'm already in Arkansas, and there's all this junk. Old bulldozers, old trucks. There's this huge Ford F-750 with a tree growing out the windshield. So it's been there a while.
Been there a while.
Yeah. But just junk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we judge on appearances. I mean, and Mountain Home as a whole is a very clean city, but it can be better. We can make it better, and a code enforcement officer will certainly be steps in that right direction. And we just want people to take care of their property. Don't let your grass go too high. Of course, we don't have to worry about that now till probably back late March or early April on the grass part, but the leaf part is here, and the leaves also, if you rake them out into the ditch and don't burn them, then they're going to wash and wind up in our underground drainage system somewhere.
And that can cause some issues.
And that causes maintenance problems. We have to go and clean those things out occasionally, just due to the fact they get overloaded with, you get a leaves, and then you get a small branch or a twig, and they get crossways, and they start building. They become a little dam, and someone has to go in and clean those out in order to keep it flowing. So, but from the fire department,
well,
Chief
when I was
William,
talking with Travis Dover earlier in the year, there were several pieces of firefighting equipment that qualified for antique license plates. I said that tongue-in-cheek, but it's 25 years in Arkansas will constitute an antique vehicle.
Well, on the budget, upcoming budget. Now, these have to be approved by the city council, and but this is what has been requested: a new brush truck, because we deal with the
brush fires.
We had I think, I don't know how many big bales of hay got on fire on 201 North just probably a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was an extended event. Those bales, you don't put them out easy, and it was so dry, and that was between here and Baxter Lab on the left, big field. So, but a brush truck, and he's got a new engine, a $500,000 engine in the budget to buy, and we can actually buy those things and pay for them. And that's,
no bond issues, no extended.
No, it won't be an extended thing. It'll be something that we can buy, and these are going to go back out and work for the people.
But now we need to talk about because I think what you're going to bring up is that ISO rating.
Yeah, our ISO rating is at a 3. Once we get our equipment updated, I think it will position us in a much better position to get lower that to a 2.
Can it go to a 2?
It can go to a 2.
Really?
Yeah. And that means lower insurance rates, so you're getting returns actually back off of that 3/8 cent.
Mm-hmm.
And folks, if we go spend $100 in Mountain Home, that 3/8 cent is going to cost you 38 cents, less than a half a cup of coffee. But it's it's dedicated to fire and police, and who knows, we may need. Some of us may call them today. We may need them.
Yeah.
We hope not, but they're there, and they're there 24 hours a day.
Well,
so.
let's look at. We were talking before the program here. We go back 20 years. The Walmart area was a field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look at all the growth there. Lowe's, Home Depot. You got shoe stores. You got restaurants. You've got everything out there with the big Walmart. Brewed Awakening Coffee right there. You got QT Cupcakes, Chicago hot dogs. All of that now in the last 20 years has been added. And we've not updated fire police since before 1983.
No, all that, and if you look the other way, out at Big Creek, Western Hills, Big Creek, Beautiful View Acres, all the way to the top of the hill has been annexed in without really upgrading the equipment to do it. We've done it with the resources that we've had. And that was all annexed in when I was mayor.
And you got Harps on the west
before.
end. I'm sure there's going to be more growth on the western side of the city.
There is, and we need. We're looking for growth out there, and I think that the resources are in place, and it's a great opportunity. And some business-minded people will use that opportunity one of these days.
Once they see the value of the sports complex that you've put in, at the old McCabe property?
McCabe Park,
And we've got the new car dealerships out there. They look really good. It's very inviting. Meeks, Twin Lakes Baptist, all that. There's
a new Harps, new technical college on out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's positioned to have some really good growth out in that area. And
what
I
would
think
you like
it
to
will
see
happen.
out there,
sir?
What would you like to see out there?
Well, I'd like to see. I'd like to see some more. And Scooter, excuse me, but eating places on the west end. And I think that will come. Really, there's not, and Harps the new Harps is out there. It appears to be very busy. people on the west end are using the new harps to instead of driving across town.
Mm-hmm.
So businesses that is going to make it more convenient, and you know, you've got people coming in from the west, all the way out of Boone and Marion County, coming to Baxter County, and some of them are coming here to shop. You know, they may have mixed reasons for coming, but a lot of them come here for shop. A lot of them come here for health. Well,
yeah,
reasons.
Tobias was here yesterday from Baxter Regional Medical Center, and he said they're serving 12 counties, I believe, and the draw is, you know, Boone County's in there, of course, Ozark County, Missouri to the north, and possibly even Howell County over around West Plains area. So,
well, I'll tell you an event, and I actually seen this, talked to the people. I was at, and it's been a while, but I was at the emergency room at Baxter Regional Hospital, and there was a couple came in, and he had a cloth over one of his eyes, and you could tell they was under stress. And they got checked in, and I asked them, I knew where the coffee pot was, and I asked them if they'd like a cup of coffee, and they both said yes. So I went and got him a cup of coffee, and I asked what happened, and he'd gotten something in his eye off of a machine, and I asked him, I said, "Where y'all from?" They from Alpena.
Really?
I said, "You mean you all drove through Boone County to get here?" And they said, "Yes, that we wanted to come here," and you know, that kind of made cold chills to knowing that we had good services here. That and Alpena, you know,
it's
quite a ways.
About 62, 63 miles.
Yeah, yeah.
I think once you get in the edge of Harrison, it's Alpena 11 miles.
Yeah.
No matter if you go across 392 highway or stay on 65.
And I'm not saying that against anything.
No.
With any services between here and there,
yeah.
But they chose to come here due to the reputation and the medical services that we have here, right here in Mountain Home. And I'm telling you, when you check it out, whatever you need, you can pretty much get it.
Then look at our library and ASU.
Well, see, those are drawing cards.
Yeah.
That draw people in, and we're blessed. We're really blessed, and we need to stop and smell the roses as we live and appreciate what we have here. And it's been a lot of work with the library board, the hospital board. They do a great job promoting and maintaining and actually growing. You know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What other events? You still got some more notes over there, I'm seeing.
Well, yeah, we've got some other things coming up, and this is kind of a I think new Mountain Home Science and Technology group. They're having a state championship here in December.
Really? What date?
I don't have the date on that. I just got the bullet on it, and the Mountain Home Bomber Booster Club and Athletic Department is hosting the first Arkansas Bail Bonds High School basketball tournament here in December. That's going to be a pretty big event. And then we've got a Bassmasters team championship fishing tournament coming back in December. So, and I'm glad to see some events happening in December because that's kind of an off month.
It is.
You're out of the summer. You're out of the normal tournaments and normal events.
It kind of gives you a break from the holiday rush.
Well, I'm telling you, these are going to be good events, and they're going to bring people here, and they're going to, you know. The other thing, and we'll talk about this a lot, but they just within the last week or 10 days, the World Series was signed by Brandy Jordan. We got World Series coming back next in 2018.
Lasting impression.
Huh?
Lasting impression.
You know what? They were here.
And
they were here for about 10 days, and they loved the area. And I don't think it's the norm to get back-to-back World Series. In
That's unheard of.
You know, so
same age group.
I think so. I'm not sure on that, but I applaud what Brandy Jordan and Tom.
I'm anxious to see the numbers on that economic impact on that, because that was in August. That's about the time school started.
Well, it was about the time, and of course, there's a holiday, a tax-free holiday in August that for certain things, for school things. So, had we not had the World Series here, I think August would have. We're up some for August, not a great deal, but
it could have been
had we not
washout.
had it, and had not those people been here, I think we'd been way down on probably. We've been down 2 months this year so far with the Mountain Home sales tax, and it's in a positive trend, but it's slow. I mean, we want to keep it healthy and slowly climbing.
But now if we have, I want to say this carefully, a normal spring where we're not flooding from Springfield to West Plains to Salem and back over here. You know, we had a lot of rain that really hurt the tourism, because there's folks that still like to bring the tent, the camper, the motor homes, and get along the lakes and rivers and camp.
Well, I was talking to Ricky Johnson and his wife at Comfort Inn, and they said this year was so much different. They've had high water before, but this was different. Yeah. This was an unusual year, and the people just didn't come that that we needed. So there was a gap there. You're right, Dale. It was a gap that kept a lot of people from the area. Because, you know, look how high it was. We had floodgates going in both dams, I think, at the same time on certain days.
That's a lot of water.
Lots of water, and it's so. But that's behind us. Things are back to normal. The lakes are clear. The fishing is good.
What about the debris along the lake shores? I was over at Bidwell, and the debris was just unbelievable, and that's going to take a long time to clean that up.
Well, the cleanup is underway at different times through different groups and the Corps, but it will take a long time. And you know, I always like to go when I fish. I love to see that driftwood back up in the cove.
Sure.
Where it goes up in there. There's no telling what kind of driftwood's going to be out here now. You know, so it'd be a good
bass
thing to go
or for crappie.
Well, you go catch bass,
mount it on your driftwood.
Yeah, and get the driftwood. Well, you know what? I've got a striper mounted on driftwood.
Do you?
Now, I didn't find the driftwood, but it came from here because of the taxidermist. He would get out on weekends and go hunt that driftwood. It looks like a piece of dead cedar that's been around forever, you know, but it's very attractive.
Wow.
Yeah. Good things to do out there, folks.
Yeah, I think we need to take a break.
Take a quick break. Be right back. Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
More than just propane, Reeves Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reeves Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reeves Propane. We greatly appreciate your business and God bless.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
And we're back, the final section of Down on the Corner, November 1st edition. And Jerry, what was that phone number for Reeves Propane for people to start calling today to get set up on their propane for winter use? You got that number for Reeves?
Well, no, I don't, Dale, but I can go find out.
I bet you got a computer there.
I do, but I have his card right over there.
Well, why don't you walk over there and get the card?
Okay.
And we'll get that phone number. I just love planning ahead. Visiting with Mayor Dillard, Mayor of Mountain Home, and you still got some more notes over there, Mayor.
Well, Dale, we've covered a lot of good events coming up, and it's going to be a busy time the next couple of months. And but I'm very upbeat and excited about the building that's actually going on in Mountain Home.
Oh, yeah.
Buildings, houses, apartments. A lot going on right now,
Look at
and
Cardinal.
I think that is a very good indicator that our economy is turning.
Look
And,
at the improvements on Cardinal Drive.
well, that's a good example right there. You know, he redid. Freedom Hobbs is the owner and the developer down there, and Freedom is actually from over at Piggott, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And he came over and seen an opportunity here in Mountain Home and redid those 64 apartments that was built by Lowell Marchant back in the 70s.
Yep.
And then he's added, adding, it looks like going to be like 48 more apartments there.
And they're all ground level, so I have a feeling that's going to be very nice for senior adults.
Well, it looks like a really good good setup.
Yeah.
He's doing it right. He's brought material in. And the back part of that property was actually in the floodplain, so he's elevated everything, done
Properly,
it right,
yep.
done it the right way. Got it up out of the and he's building good apartments.
Yeah.
I haven't been in the new ones. I've been in the ones he redid, and they are excellent. New lighting, new everything, brand new in it. New granite cabinet tops, brand new washer and dryer in each, the big ones in each one. He's doing it the right way, and he's buying a lot local. He's spending a lot of money here
There
locally.
you go,
So,
more of that local.
well,
local
again, that's
money.
yeah. But if you look around, you know, we've got building going on off of Bradley Drive, apartments over there. We've got buildings going on off of Rodeo, across from the school admin office.
What was being cleared right there on the south side of Mountain Home Christian Academy on the new 16th?
Well, that is where Tom Embach is fixing to build. He's already went through the planning board and the council. It's been rezoned, and I think up to 150 houses in there. And a lot of these houses he's going to build are, he normally builds rentals, but he's building a bunch of these to sell, actually sell, be individual houses.
So it's right there on the new 16th
It's
cutoff.
right off of 16th Street. He bought the old
and Christian Academy there.
Vanderstick subdivision that has been there for 30 plus years, I believe, and now they've been grubbing and clearing and that's fixing to start. So that what's going on there, what's going on on Cardinal, what's going on Rodeo and off of Bradley. We've got buildings off of over in just being built on in the new part of Indian Creek, and the new part out at Big Creek. There's buildings going on there off of Arkansas Avenue.
Yeah, just right back here.
Know? So you look around, folks, and we haven't seen this kind of building in years and years. It's been a long time. So I'm excited that this is a good indicator that our economy is swinging back the right way. And I visited with quite a few realtors, and everyone I visited with, they're having good sales.
Good.
So, it's encouraging to see.
And the last MLS report that I saw was earlier in the month, and from like September through October was you're going to say probably a $3 million per week average in closings. That's a lot of money being moved through the banks.
It's a lot of money
in this area.
I know I've got a family member that's been watching, and they called me and said, we just seen one come up. We're going to go look at it. 2 days later, they said it's already sold.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about in the $80,000 range,
mm-hmm.
not the real expensive homes, but real estate people tell me that anything from the 150, if you can keep a new home in the 150 range, that's what the market is looking at right now.
Yep.
So, but these are things that haven't been happening here. They've been some, but it's been pretty slow. So this is encouraging to see. And again, this is money being spent right here in Mountain Home. Every time you build a house, a lot of materials. It takes a lot of materials, a lot of labor, and so it's encouraging that we're seeing these jobs, and the carpenters out working, the concrete people out working, the stores selling lumber and
jobs equal paychecks. Paychecks get spent.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are good things. I wind up by saying that we're working on budgets. We just got our budget to the council actually the last couple of days. We always try to get to them by November 1,
mm-hmm.
and we hope to get our budgets passed sometime between now and the holidays, between now and Christmas, so we can go into a new year with a new budget in place and actually enjoy the holidays.
You betcha. Yeah, so, get in and get it done.
Yeah.
Scooter, how much time we got with the mayor? A couple minutes?
Yeah, looks like we got about 3 minutes.
About 3 minutes. Final thoughts, Mayor?
Well, we're going into we're here in November. It up until the last week, it felt like we're still in August. And September. So we've had a major change here, but we've got a lot of events coming up. We've got a lot of work going on in Mountain Home. A lot of things to do here. A lot of places to shop. I know shopping has already started. It has at our house, and
mm-hmm.
I'm not a good shopper. If I walk in, I pretty much know what I'm going to buy. But I will be out shopping locally for my family and for some friends, and it's the holiday like we talked about. I think Thanksgiving is one of the better holidays, and it leads right on into Christmas and New Year's.
Just a fun time of the year.
It is.
Really
so
is
it's a time to enjoy our families, enjoy our neighbors, and enjoy the area with events that's coming up, and it's just it's a good time.
It is.
And we've got a lot of good things going on, and so encourage people to come to Mountain Home. If you don't live in Mountain Home, come and visit Mountain Home. We'd love to have you here.
Come on down.
Yeah, come down, and a lot of houses and apartments being constructed, so we'll have a place for you. Just come down and enjoy.
You bet.
I think Jerry finally had that phone number.
Reeves Propane.
870-670-4440.
And he's a part of the community. Helps us out over here.
He's a great guy. Get a chance to talk to him, you really fall in love with him.
Yep,
he is a really nice guy.
Not a lot of propane people will come in your house and work on the appliances and get you going. In fact, he's the only one I know of in this area. The rest of them will tell you their service stops at the tank. So
Based out of Horseshoe Bend.
But you know what?
30 seconds.
That's the way it used to be when they delivered propane. They would come in and even help you light your hot water heater or do whatever they could
Mr.
do.
Reeves, he'll do it.
15
Whatever,
seconds.
you know.
That pretty well wraps us up. Mayor Dillard, thanks for being here.
Well,
what do you think
know
of the
what?
new set? You like this?
It's a new setting, and I love it, and I love the fellowship that
Lot of
we
fun.
can talk back and forth and think out loud with each other.
You bet.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, everybody.